André Arko. I am demoing kind of the tool that I have been working on most recently. It is called RV. A little bit of background. I have started a company as my past job kind of like disappeared this year. I've done a lot of open source. I have wanted, I guess I will get to it in a second, but the short version is Casper Tim Hansen and I started a consultancy to help companies that need expert advice about how Ruby open source works. Like we've got Rails core people, Ruby Gems core people, Hotwire core people, and we can help your company figure out how to use those things as quickly and efficiently as possible. But this tool is a dream of mine that I have been kind of like wishing existed for at least 10 years. While I was working on Bundler, I just kept thinking to myself, man, I wish there was a Ruby version manager that didn't make me watch, configure, make, install, run every time I needed a Ruby. Surely we have computers that are capable of running that once and then just handing me the result, right? And I could just not have to spend all that time on that. Well, that dream came true in Python and not Ruby. And about a year ago, a tool for Python called UV came out, and it was actually even more than my original dream. It did not just install Python super fast. It also took care of everything about running whatever it was you needed to run. Do you need some packages? Great, I took care of it for you. Do you need Python? Great, I also took care of that for you. Do you need like a special environment set up for all of this so that there's no conflicts with other packages on the same machine? Great, I also set that up for you. And you can just tell UV, I would like to run this thing, please. And it will say, great, I installed Python, I installed 47 packages, and I ran your command. And that took me 1.8 seconds or whatever. And so no matter what it is you want to run, like I use the Python GitHub backup package to back up my GitHub repositories. And it used to be like I maintained a 30-line script that set up the environment and got it installed and isolated from the rest of my system and ran it in a cron job. And then every once in a while I would do something that broke the cron job without realizing it. And now with UV, I just say, hey, UV, please run the GitHub backup package, and it takes care of everything, and it always works, and the cron job never breaks, and it's amazing. And I'm so mad that we don't have that for Ruby every time I go back and have to do something in Ruby and can't just run it right away. So, so as I was starting to work on this, we also kind of sat down and said, well, that's a very good goal, but that's probably not feasible to ship like, next month. So what could we ship next month? And the thing that we could ship next month is just building some Rubies. We could precompile the Rubies and we could make them installed really fast. And so, maybe on GitHub Actions, you use the setup Ruby GitHub action that installs a precompiled Ruby so that you don't have to wait for Ruby to compile in CI, but you don't have that for development, right? The precompiled Rubies for GitHub only work on GitHub, and if you try and use them anywhere else, too bad. The other thing that precompiling Rubies does that is really exciting is that you can't have your Ruby broken by OpenSSL. I don't know how many of you have had your Ruby broken by OpenSSL, but basically all of my Rubies that I have ever installed have been broken by OpenSSL. And so we fixed that problem. It's statically linked, and so I don't actually care, if you use our Rubies, it doesn't matter if Homebrew deletes your OpenSSL because we never used it in the first place, which for me personally was a fantastic improvement. The other sort of really cool practical outcome here is that because it is already compiled, you can say, I don't have the Ruby version I need, and you can say, please install the Ruby version I need, and then you can wait roughly 1 second, and then you can start running the Ruby because it was already compiled. It's super cool. So sort of very briefly, we shipped kind of like the proof of concept 0.1 version with just Ruby 3.4 and Z shell, and it worked. It was very cool. And then a couple months later, we shipped 0.2, which added the rest of the Rubies and also both Intel and ARM on either Mac OS or Linux. and all of the shells and turned on widget and all of the good things that you would actually want for some real Rubies that you're using in production. And that's how far we have made it today. We're still working on things like installing gems, making it really easy to run packages super quickly, but hey, being able to install Rubies in 1 second is pretty cool. So it also has, and I'm hopefully going to demo that maybe if, nope, wrong screen. Can I switch to mirroring? Change. There we go. I got it. Thank you. Okay, so I will now attempt to show off installing Ruby and the shell integration that automatically changes what Ruby you have working. Now we find out how bad the internet here really is. Oh, it worked. Yeah, that downloaded and installed Ruby in the 1 second you all look down at your phone. And then now that it's installed, we can just run it. And hey, look, it works. It's installed. It runs. It's very cool. And then the way that the shell integration works is that you put like one eval line in your shell configuration, and it integrates like the same way that RVM or RBN for chruby does. And then you get the same, what's the right word for that? You get the same Ruby version or tool versions integration where you can, there's a command to let you write it if you want. What did we just install? 32929. And now the regular Ruby command will, oh, I didn't eval it yet. There we go. Shell integration. Hooray. So that's basically the thing that we're doing. We would like to have really good, helpful, fast, useful developer tooling. RV is completely open source. It's written in Rust. If you're interested in contributing, we would love to have contributors also. We've had a bunch of people contribute so far, and it's been really fun to work on this new, exciting, cool thing. And every time I install a new Ruby version, I'm like, wait, that was so fast. This is really great. Yeah. Oh, thank you for asking. Back to my slideshow. We have a good website. It is rv.dev. And it's in Homebrew, so if you want to try it, it's just brew install rv. Cool. Thanks.